like I said, they play with my libido to the extremes that you are so manipulated and getting this arousal that's so intense that for me to minimize the intensity of this arousals they make me experience, I have to release myself. I have to find a way. And obviously, I do what I need to do. So I was, it was getting so intense, but I don't like to do that because they're gonna mess it. They're gonna ruin it in a sense that they're gonna make me think while I'm watching adult content, make me think of a child and do things to disturb me in these pedophilia ways they like to do things. So I was like hesitant to do it, but I was like dwelling like because it's getting too intense. I need to do something. This thing is just extreme. They cranked it up, and it's been weeks. They make me have like sexual dream with actual women. But the reason why they do that is to crank up my sexual arousal so they can shift it toward children so they can do the pedophilia type of torture. They do that all the time. It's like they're rewiring you in these pedophilia ways. This low life are trash. That's why I'm so thankful to God that I thank God I didn't have to live life where this was the normal thing to do. I know in their mind they're still trying to make that being like a fierce, cool, badass kind of thing, like we're savages. You're pedophiles. In so many ways. To find out the government entities that came up with these tactics, because obviously these people are now coming up with these ways of breaking down the target individual. This is because it's an efficient way to break people down. This has been done to others for a reason. It's because this works. They are supposed to break you down as a target individual. They're using these tactics as a weapon. They're using, it's like we're test subject to cognitive warfare. And this is a weapon that is going to really break you down. And so they still try to be like, oh, we're badass. But the governmental entity that is running this program that comes up with these tactics of breaking you down have serious issue with pedophilia. There's a lot of pedophiles in these agencies coming up with these tactics. And these trash implementing these tactics want to be badass. With all these levels of validation. And they torture children. And when things go crazy, when the target individual loses his mind, guess who gets hurt? Oh, not these daring bottom feeders. No, they dare to open the door at 3 in the morning, say something, slam the door, and go back in. What a daring, brave life they live. So for me, they still try to make it sound like they're cool, like no, not cool, but like badass, like, and they even have voices talking. It's like, nah, you pay. It's like trash ass. A 14-year-old just died. Your trash ass is involved in a program that pushes men to kill. Even this 14-year-old speaking this, then I get hey, trash. And there's going to be more. And no, the kid I'm talking about just died. It's not a target individual. It's just somebody who's at the wrong place. But they actually directly target children. For me, I gotta be strong, but when they crank the libido to that level, it is just intense. And so I need to find ways to release myself. But I know what they're going to do. They're going to ruin it one way or another. I don't know. How, but they're going to implant some children in my brain. They're going like it's something nasty they're going to do, pedophilia centric. And I remember I was dwelling on it. It's like, this is getting intense. I need to do something. I was like, okay, I'm going to have to do it. But I'm like taking my time. I don't want to do it because I don't like how I feel. I'm like, maybe I can wait. I can just see. I can let this like find a way to not having to do it. But it gets, it's getting intense, and then it kind of they minimize the intensity. So while I'm doing that, I'm just going through videos and whatever. I'm going through YouTube. I'm watching this podcast, and in the podcast, this man who's the host of the podcast has his little girl there. Oh, immediately they crank up and stimulate me towards this little baby. I closed my phone. I was like, I can't do this. This is just too much. I was like, I get under my comforter. They start cranking up my libido. They start making me think of like people I had sex with, women I have sex with, and cranking up my libido, playing my genital, literally giving me weird erections that just felt like my genital was not even part of my body. It was getting intense. Like, I gotta do something. I know they're gonna do this. The reason why I was scared to do that, because what's gonna happen is that little girl, while I'm watching adult content, they're gonna start making me think of this little girl. When I'm watching two adults doing adult things, they're gonna make me think of this little girl. This is why I'm scared. Because they can bring up whatever in my brain while I'm watching something else. I cannot focus on what I'm watching because they can make me imagine something else while I'm watching something completely different. It's disgusting. They can connect things that has no connection and disturb you. That's why I'm scared. If it wouldn't do nothing to me, if it was normal, I was like, okay, whatever, next to me, it'll be gone. But when I'm focusing on what I'm watching, I'll be focusing on what I'm watching, that's that. But no, now when you're targeting video, your brain is changed. What I'm watching, my mind can go somewhere else that they want me to have. And they start making me think of this kid. I was like, they wait at the end though, when I'm climaxing, to just put that in my head. And then like, you see, that's proof. It's like, you nasty trash. They are low life that's dedicate their life in this nastiness. But for me, I keep saying the facts that these people are hired to be clowns. They truly are contracted to agitate the target individual into losing his mind. So they have to be clowns. Right now when I was saying this, I was like, no, we have all night last night. They were stimulating me, playing my libido in insane ways. Sometimes they try to be smooth, like they try to make it seem more organic. Last night, it felt like my sexual organs were not part of my body anymore. It felt like it's being controlled and was not connected to my body. These people are trash. In my head, they try to connect these things. Like, no, you're connecting. They're trying to make me identify with this obvious manipulation that's disturbing, but they're low-life pedophiles. So for me, they still think that I don't see them like that. I'd rather die in hell than live like them. To all my target individuals, stay strong.